Yala Sangha, welcome to day 24. We're going to do another standing practice today for much of it. We'll explore the sun salutation and variations through that. It's when I'm thinking about how we do this, I think, do we need something new every day? But actually, what we need is to practice what we know, right? There's what yoga says is that the benefits you get from your practice are by the commitment and time that you've been practicing, and also the level of focus you have when you're practicing. Okay, so in the first chapter of the sutras, it's really gives us an outline of some of the things that are really beneficial for our practice, like working with our breath, using the mantra Om, how we treat other people is in the 33rd Sutra, with love and kindness and compassion and equanimity for people who are difficult. But it really says that practice is, the fruits of our practice are obvious, right? They're dependent upon our practice. So let's stand up today. See how you feel standing. Get nice and loose. We're going to do some loosening movements first. So create your space, whatever you need. If you use a mat, use a mat. Shake off generally through your whole body. Shaking off through both arms, shaking off through both legs. Okay. And do some wrist rotations. We did this on the very first day. Change the direction of your wrist rotations. And when you come to relax in the end, make sure you're as relaxed as Thompson. And then take your arms a little wider. Do some forearm rotations to get into your elbow joints. Change the direction. And then place your fingers on your shoulders. Do some movement here in circles, and then change the direction, and then shake off your upper body. Get nice and loose, and then shake off your toes. Okay, on one side, and place that toe slightly behind so that you can move your knee in a circle and start to do some ankle rotations. And you can change the direction. So everything below your knee is relaxed and you're allowing it to move and free up. Okay, it's a useful tool for runners to try and keep this lower leg relaxed. Okay, try the other side. Let your foot shake off, and then place your big toe down and start to make circles with your knees. And change the direction. Good. And then bring both feet together, hands on your knees, and circle your knees. See how that feels for you. Good. Change direction. See how that's feeling for you. Okay. And then come up. Take your feet a little wider. Let your hands rest on your hips. I always feel like I'm, Wonder Woman or something when I start this movement. And then start to circle your hips around. Try and make those circles as big as you can. But not your head is going. Your head is kind of steady. Good. Moving this around. And around. Good. And then from there, shake off. Go a little wider with your feet. Bend your knees and sink your hips. I'm going to give you a little tricky movement. I always like to include every now and again some movement skills. So bring your hands together. You might want to try this in front of a mirror. Okay, but we're going to lift our heels up and down. Okay, up and down. And what I want you to notice is, is your head going up and down as you do that? So you're going up and down and lifting your whole body up? Or can you absorb that movement in your hips? Can you lift your heels up so your head stays exactly where it is? And can your heels go down? So if you had the table this height, you wouldn't know that you were moving underneath. Good, and then let your heels rest. Let your arms rest and sweep from side to side. Letting things turn, maybe tapping your shoulder as you go from side to side. Okay. And then a little movement through our spine, so slide your hands down your thighs, move from side to side just to ease off anything in the legs, get them nice and comfortable. So we can try cat posture and cow posture from here today. Cat posture, cow posture. You might find you like to inhale in one position, exhale another, which is great. But you also might switch it, so we change your habits a little bit. Good. And then try some rotation. So bring your shoulder to the opposite knee. Back to the center. To the other knee. Good. One way. And then the other way. Back to the center. Push into the floor. Step in. Shake off. Roll your shoulders. Okay. Gear yourself up. And come, if you're using a mat, come to the front. If you're like me, just using carpet. Carpet's totally great, okay. I do use a mat when I'm doing some other postures, like to really, when I need some traction on the floor, okay. So try and find length up through your spine. And whenever you're ready, let your hands, remember 2/3, and then reach into the final third. This time we keep the length as we come all the way forward. So we're reaching out into space, and then place your hands on your shins. Take an inhale, everything straight, long, engaged. And then exhale, everything soft and let go. Okay. Step back with your left foot. Let your left knee come off the floor. Clasp your fingers, point your index finger. Inhale, come up and back. Exhale, come forward and down. Move in any ways that feel good from here. You go forwards, go forwards. You want to go backwards, go backwards. Okay. If you want to come all the way back, you can come all the way back. See how that feels. You want to come all the way forward, come all the way forward. Okay. Frame your front foot. Tuck underneath your toes. As you send your front leg back, okay, let your hips come back towards your heels. And remember how we come into down dog. We try and come into down dog with this backwards motion rather than forwards motion. So your heels are dropping back and down. Pedal out. Step your feet a little wider if you want them a little wider. Taking slow breaths in and out here. Let me just fix my microphone, it's falling off. And then whenever you're ready, okay, come up on your toes. Inhale, lift your left leg. And exhale, bring your left foot through between your hands. Okay, let your back knee come down. Clasp your hands, point your index fingers, and inhale, coming up and back. Exhale, forward, frame your foot, okay? And then forwards and backwards movements here. Try and find whatever it is you need today. You can come all the way back. Remember, if you want to sit into this, you can take this foot around, balance it in air, okay? And then come forward. Frame your foot, tuck underneath the toes your back foot, and step it forward. Relax towards your legs. Come to half Uttanasana. So bring your hands on your shins, head forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Try and keep your chest up and then reach your hands out in front. Soften your knees, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, shake off. Get nice and loose. Through your fingers, through your wrists, through your forearms, through your elbows, through your shoulders, okay? And then let's go again. Spread your toes. Excuse me, let me get a little water. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, reaching forward. Let your hands come onto your shins. Inhale, everything lengthens. Exhale, everything softens. Step back with your right foot. This time, keep your knee up off the floor. Unless you want it down, you can keep it. You can bring it back down. Clasp your hands, point your fingers. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, float forward and down. See if you can step back into a plank from here. And then lift and lay your points of contact with the ground. Take a slow breath in and out. And then move your shoulders back. Pedal out your heels. Take your heels slightly to one side. Your toes stay roughly where they are. They change the direction of where they're pointing. And then bring your heels back to the centre. And take them out to the opposite side. And then back to the centre. Okay, pedal out your heels. Come up on your toes. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, bring your right foot through between your hands. When you're here, you can have your back knee down or up. Clasp your hands. Inhale, bring your arms up and slightly back. And then exhale forward and frame your foot. Step in with your back foot. Soften both knees. Inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, coming down. Shake off both arms, both legs. Keep yourself nice and loose and relaxed. Have a wee walk around. See how you feel. We're going to do both sides again. We're going to drop them out into Warrior 2 this time. And do reverse warrior and side angle pose. And then we'll be done. Okay. So we'll go fairly flowy. Inhale. Soft. 2/3. Reach the final third. Exhale forward, reaching out into space. Let your hands come to rest in your shins. Inhale long. Exhale soft. Step back with your left foot. Inhale, bring both hands up over your head. Don't clasp them this time if you don't want to. And exhale, drop it out to Warrior 2. Okay? So you're looking out towards the front. Your shoulders are soft. You can help with that by turning your palms. Okay? Reach out through your fingers. Let your back hand rest in your back leg. Inhale up through your other hand. Exhale, drift back. Inhale to Warrior 2. Exhale, let your elbow soften to your knee. Inhale, reach out through your ear. Sink your hips a little lower. Okay? If you look at my body at the moment, hopefully there's a line between the heel and the fingers. Try and reach for that. If it feels okay. Drop your top hand down. Bring your other hand back. Lift up your back heel so your toes are tucked under. And back into downward dog. Pedal out your heels. And all we're going to do for coming back is slowly walk forward with both feet. Okay? So we walk from our downward dog to our smaller downward dog, or wee chihuahua. We keep walking forward till we're back in Uttanasana. Standing forward fold, we come to half. Standing forward fold. Take a breath here, soften both knees, inhale all the way up. And exhale, release your fingers, release your shoulders, roll them out, see how that feels, okay? And then we try again on the other side, okay? So feet roughly hip width apart, shoulders relaxed. Lengthening through your body, finding the lightness in your stance in line with gravity. Inhale, coming all the way up, soft, and then reaching. Exhale forward. Let your hands come to rest on your shins. Inhale, everything's long and tall and strong and engaged. Exhale, everything's soft and comfortable. Okay, we need to find that balance in our bodies. Step back with your right foot. Bend your left knee. Inhale, reach up with both hands. Exhale, drop that out to Warrior 2. Take your palms are reaching out. Remember, it's a bit like I said a few weeks ago, it's a bit like reaching it into a glove. Say that same feeling though it's a body-sized glove, okay? Let your backhand rest on your back leg. Inhale up with your other hand and exhale, let it drift back. Back to warrior two. Soft elbow to your knee. Bring your arm across your ear, sink your hips. Try and get that line from your heel to your fingertips. And then bring your hand down. Inside your foot, other hand outside your foot. Lift your back heel. Back into downward dog. Pedal out through both heels. Look out underneath both armpits. Okay, any other movements you need to make from here, allow your body to make. But we're going to slowly walk forward. Taking our heel down with every step. As far forward as you can till you get between your hands, soften your knees, and inhale. We're coming all the way up. Let your palms come together. If that feels good. And slowly coming down. Nice. Shake it off, shake it off. Shoulders, fingers, wrists, forearms. Okay. So it's a nice way to move your body, the sun salutation. It's not particularly special, okay? See if you can bring yourself down to a seated position without using your hands too much. One of the reasons I'm never too picky on where we place things, unless I think it's harmful, or I think there's a healthier way to do it, is there's lots of images of Krishnamacharya who taught Iyengar, and a lot of this alignment stuff that happens in yoga came from Iyengar. There's lots of images of Krishnamacharya doing these postures that if he was in an Iyengar class, and Krishnamacharya was Iyengar's teacher, then he'd be told to change things and adapt things. No, your foot's pointing the wrong way and blah, blah, blah. So it's negotiable, like I've said before. Okay, so today we're going to do a movement meditation. We'll do it again, okay? We'll do it in a couple of days, I think. Bring your hands to rest on your thighs. And this is called Mahasati meditation. And what we do is we turn one hand onto the side. And then we raise it. And then we place it on our abdomen. We turn the other hand on our side. We raise it. And we place it on our abdomen too. So just on your navel, there's a lot of, in Eastern philosophy, there's a lot of power in this area of our body. Then the first hand, slide it to your heart. Open up your hand. Let your hand come down on the side and then let it come flat. Do the same with the other hand. On your heart. Open it. Let it come down and flat. So go through that same process again. Hand goes from laying down to on its side. We lift it. We place it. Same on the other side. Hand turns on its side. We lift it. We place it. The first hand comes to our heart. We open it. We let it come down and it comes flat. The other hand comes to our heart. We open it. We let it come down and comes flat. Try that at your own pace now. So it's to the side, lifted, place. To the side, lifted, place on the abdomen. And at some point you might want to just stay in one of these positions. Place the other hand on your heart. Again, you might want to stay here, but if you're going through the movement, you open it, let it come down and flat. Hand to your heart, open it, down and flat. Try that one more round, or as many as you feel like doing today. Try to find a stillness within yourself that exists underneath all the thoughts and life and relationships and this real inner stillness. Take it with you into your day, into your sleep. Yala Sangha, thank you for practicing today. Be very kind to yourself. If you have the opportunity to be kind to someone else, it probably would mean a lot to them. You don't know what their day has been like, so I encourage that.